The sunlight spilled through the window, casting a warm glow over our small Dallas apartment, and I watched my little girl Hazel bounce around the living room, her laughter filling the space. My name is Linda Miller. I'm 20 years old, and I'm a proud mom to this brilliant, energetic little girl who just turned 4 last month. Life hasn't always been kind, but Hazel has given me a strength I never knew I had. Her smile, her curiosity, the way she asks questions about everything from the stars to why the grass is green, she makes every challenge worthwhile. I married my husband Cody when I was just 18. He's a driven man, always buried in business ventures, traveling for meetings, and closing deals. We don't get to spend as much time together as I would like, but when he's home, he's a loving father and a devoted husband. Still, the day-to-day parenting falls mostly on me. Hazel is my world. She's smart, compassionate, and full of energy. I've taught her to be kind, even when others aren't, and to stand tall no matter what life throws her way. Not everyone in our family has appreciated Hazel's light, though. My sister-in-law, Sophia, has never liked her. From the moment Hazel began talking, reading, and showing signs of her intelligence, Sophia's attitude soured. Her daughter Ava is 2 years older than Hazel. Ava is sweet in her own way, but Sophia can't stand the idea of anyone, especially my little girl, outshining her. She's made it clear in subtle and obvious ways that Hazel is competition. At family gatherings, Sophia would dismiss Hazel's accomplishments. If Hazel read a story aloud or solved a puzzle, Sophia would drop a snide comment. "Kids these days grow up too fast," she'd say, her voice dripping with thinly veiled resentment. I learned to bite my tongue for the sake of family peace, but it hurt. I wanted Hazel to enjoy family gatherings, to feel that extended family love, even if it meant swallowing my frustration. Deep down, though, I always felt Sophia was waiting for the right moment to humiliate us, and as it turned out, she didn't have to wait long. It all began with a phone call. Sophia called me out of the blue one afternoon, inviting Hazel and me to Ava's 6th birthday party. She sounded unusually pleasant, almost sweet. "It'll be good for the girls to spend time together," she said, "and Cody will be happy to know we're all getting along." My gut twisted at the mention of Cody being away on a business trip. I suspected she wanted to look good in his eyes when he inevitably asked about the party. Still, I thought maybe this was a chance to smooth things over, if only for Hazel's sake. The day of the party, Hazel was bouncing with excitement. She'd chosen a light blue dress with tiny embroidered flowers along the hem, twirling in front of the mirror with a grin that made my heart swell. "Do you think Ava will like it, Mommy?" she asked. "She'll love it," I said, brushing a stray lock of hair from her face. When we arrived, the house was buzzing with children and parents. Sophia greeted us with her usual tight-lipped smile. "Oh, you made it," she said, her eyes briefly flicking to Hazel before freezing. I followed her gaze and my stomach dropped. Ava was wearing a dress nearly identical to Hazel's. The same shade of blue, the same delicate floral embroidery. It was clear Sophia had planned this. My heart sank, knowing what was coming next. "How dare you?" Sophia hissed, pulling me aside. "You knew what Ava was going to wear." "We didn't know," I said, stunned. "We honestly didn't. You just can't stand letting my daughter have her moment, can you?" she snapped, raising her voice. By now, other parents were turning to look. Hazel, clinging to my hand, gazed up at me, her eyes wide and brimming with tears. "Mommy, what did I do wrong?" she whispered. My heart broke. "Sophia, please," I said, trying to stay calm. "It's a misunderstanding." Sophia ignored me, turning to the crowd, her voice rising. "See? This is what I deal with, always trying to one-up my family." The humiliation was unbearable. Hazel started sobbing, and I scooped her into my arms, holding her close. "We're leaving," I said, my voice trembling. "Good," Sophia said coldly, "and don't come back until you've learned some respect." As we walked to the car, Hazel's tiny body shook against mine, her tears soaking my shoulder. I tried to hold it together, but the moment we reached the car, I broke down. I called Cody, hoping he would answer, but went straight to voicemail. Sophia just humiliated us. I whispered into the phone, my voice trembling. She accused Hazel of jealousy and kicked us out of the party. I don't know how to fix this. Hanging up. I felt helpless. That day was more than a ruined birthday party. It was the moment I realized how far Sophia was willing to go to tear us down. And I decided then that I wouldn't let her. Hazel deserved better. We both did. A year passed after that disastrous party, but the memory of it never faded. Hazel thrived in school, winning small awards for her intelligence and creativity. Watching her confidence bloom reminded me why I fought for her happiness. As for Sophia, we kept our distance. Cody agreed it was best, especially since he had finally seen through her false facade. He was furious at how she had treated us and fully supported limiting our contact. Family gatherings became polite but cold. I thought we were finally free of her toxicity until one afternoon, Sophia appeared at our doorstep, looking like a shadow of the proud, arrogant woman I remembered. She was holding Ava's hand. Both looked exhausted and desperate. "Linda, please," she said, her voice trembling. "I need your help." I froze. This wasn't the same polished, commanding woman I had known. Her clothes were wrinkled, hair messy, and her eyes filled with tears. "What's going on?" I asked cautiously, stepping outside to keep Hazel from overhearing. "It's a long story," Sophia stammered. "Mark and I are divorced. He left us with nothing, the house, the cars. Everything is gone. We don't have anywhere to go." For a moment, I just stared at her. The woman who had humiliated us, accused Hazel of jealousy, and kicked us out was now begging. "Linda, please," she said again, tears streaming. "We're family. Ava and I just need a place to stay until I can get back on my feet." My mind raced. Letting her in felt like betraying everything I had worked to rebuild. But then I looked at Ava, clutching a worn teddy bear, small and scared. None of this was her fault. I took a deep breath. "Sophia," I said slowly, "after everything that happened, do you really think I could trust you in my home? Do you remember what you did to Hazel? How you made her cry and humiliated us?" Sophia shook her head, sobbing. "I know I was wrong, Linda. I was bitter and foolish. I see that now. Please, I have nowhere else to go." My heart ached, torn between anger and compassion. I knew this wasn't just about helping Sophia, it was about whether I would allow toxicity back into our lives. Hazel deserved better, and I deserved peace. Sophia's pleading face stayed with me all day, even as I focused on Hazel's evening routine. Her words, her desperation, replayed in my mind. Then I remembered Hazel's tears at Ava's birthday party, how she clung to me, asking what she had done wrong. That memory solidified my decision. I would not let anyone, even family, disrupt the peace we had fought to create. When Cody came home that evening, I told him everything. He listened quietly, his jaw tightening as I recounted Sophia's arrival and her pleas for help. "So what do you want to do?" he asked finally. "I can't let her stay here," I said firmly. "Hurt Hazel too deeply, and I won't let her use us now just because it's convenient." Kobe nodded. I agree. If she disrespected our family once, she'll do it again. We don't owe her anything." The next morning, Sophia showed up again, this time without Ava. I stepped outside to meet her, closing the door behind Melinda. "I know you're upset," she started, her voice trembling, "but we're family. I'm your sister-in-law. You can't just turn us away." "Sophia," I said, my voice steady but firm, "family doesn't treat each other the way you treated Hazel and me. You didn't just hurt us, you humiliated, you insulted us, and made Hazel cry in front of everyone. And now, because you need something, you want me to forget all that." Her face crumpled, and she dropped her head into her hands. "I was wrong, Linda. I know that now. I've lost everything. Please, just give me a chance. I have to think about my daughter first." I sighed. "Hazel is my priority, and I won't let anyone who disrespects her into her safe space. You made your choices, Sophia. Now I'm making mine." She looked up at me, her eyes filled with a mix of anger and despair. "So that's it. You're just going to turn your back on me?" "I'm not turning me back on you," I said. "I'm standing up for my daughter and myself. We've come too far to let toxicity back into our lives." Just then Cody opened the door and stepped outside. "Linda's right," he said, his voice calm but resolute. "We don't have space for anyone who can't respect her family, especially our little girl Safia stared at him, her mouth opening and closing as if she wanted to argue but couldn't find the words. Finally she turned and walked away, her shoulders slumped in defeat. I watched her go, my heart heavy, but certain I'd done there. I think for the first time I felt like I truly stood my ground, not just for Hazel but for myself, and it felt good. After Sophia left, I closed the door and leaned against it, feeling a weight lift from my shoulders. I looked at Cody, who smiled at me, and then at Hazel that was playing in the living room, oblivious to the tension. I felt a sense of peace settle over me. We had our own little world, free from the chaos Sophia tried to bring into our lives. Hazel deserved this. I deserved this. From that moment, Oni focused on building the life I wanted with love, trust, and a sense of purpose. I spent more time doing things that made me happy, like working on my art, and surrounded myself with friends who truly cared. I wasn't to let toxic people, no matter how close they were, ruin what I had built. As I watched Hazel laugh and play, I felt proud. I had made the right choice. I was free.